Hello viewers, welcome to Ekamais Academy. Today we are here to discuss about remission. So in polity, Indian constitution point of view, we hear different pardoning powers of the president and governor. So among them, one of the important pardoning power which is generally exercised is remission. So what does this remission mean? What are the constitutional provisions and other legal provisions enabling this particular pardoning power? At the same time, what are the recent Supreme Court guidelines issued with respect to remission? At the same time, we'll also look into the past Supreme Court judgments on remission policy, and we also will quickly go through the remission and related pardoning powers, how you have to remember for the examination point of view. We'll discuss in this particular video. So first, so what is the recent context here? Supreme Court has said, so those who are eligible persons, or the prisoners, those have to be released beyond the policy of remission without formal application. So it is so clear that Supreme Court is saying whoever are eligible, so for remission, they have to be considered or they have to be looked under the remission policy without any formal application. So what is this policy and what does remission mean? So first let us understand. So first thing here, what is remission? So remission is one of the pardoning power where you will be decreasing the sentence of the particular prisoner or the punishment. So we are trying to decrease the punishment. The tenure of the punishment is getting lowered, but the nature of punishment doesn't alter, right? So you have to understand the thin line of difference between commutation and remission. In commutation, one form of sentence will be altered or changed into another form of sentence, but in pardoning power of remission will be changing the duration of the particular sentence without changing the nature of the sentence, right? So that means you can easily remember S for S. That means same sentence will be there, but the duration or the intensity of the punishment, okay, the time period will be lowered. So that's the meaning. Then what are the laws governing remission? So we have multiple laws along with the constitutional provisions. We have 473 under BNSS, which have replaced recently the CRPC in 2023. And at the same time, we also have section 432 of CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code of 1973. So it says that states must have a remission policy. So states must have a remission policy that was mentioned under these particular sections of the respective acts. At the same time, there is also constitutional articles of Article 72 and 161. Under 72, President can pardon or he can use this power of remission, and under Article 161, it is a turn of governor, right? They have these powers to remit the sentences. At the same time, we also have 475 of BNSS. At the same time, we also have section 432A or 433A of CRPC. So this says, in case of a life convict, minimum 14-year period has to be ensured. So this is mandating how much time has to be given for a life convict, so without any remission. So these are the things which are governing the remission in Indian law. Right. Next, what is the procedure for granting remission? So first thing we have to understand, it's the jail authorities who have to examine the eligibilities and the persons who are eligible for this particular ground of remission. So after examining, they'll examine and they'll forward those things to the state government. State government then will advise the governor. In case if it is a union government, it will be the President of India, so to decide. So it is not a discretionary power on the governor, it is completely binding on the part of governor. That means whatever the decision he take will be on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers in the state. So this is what the procedure involved in granting of remission. Next, so for UPSC aspirants, those who are trying to aspire and crack 2025 prelims, so there is a golden opportunity where you are going to have intensive revision program of all the necessary subjects to crack UPSC prelims at Ekamais Academy, which is about to start from 17th March. So this particular program has 125 hours plus lectures where you will be taught static along with dynamic, interlinking the previous questions analysis. At the same time, this entire program will be taught by subject experts at a very affordable cost of 2,999 only. So if you want a detailed schedule, you can scan the QR code available on the screen. At the same time, whatever the students or whoever the students enroll in this particular program, they'll also have a benefit of enjoying the test series at a rate of 999 only. So for any further details, you can contact us on this number, right? So first, here the Supreme Court judgments, already many judgments were passed in this regard by the Supreme Court. So first judgment we have is Sangeet and others versus State of Haryana in 2013. So in this particular judgment, what did Supreme Court say? It said that remission in case if you wanted to file remission, it is not a suo motu. Suo motu means it cannot be considered on its own by the court or by the government. So there has to be a formal application. That was the major verdict of the Supreme Court in this regard. That means it requires an application for asking remission, then only it can be granted. Same was again reiterated in Mohinder Singh versus State of Punjab case also. It said like application has to be filed. Without any formal application, we cannot consider that it is a duty of the court or the government to grant remission. Then in Mafabai Motibai Sagar versus State of Gujarat case in 2024, which happened last year itself, they said remission policies have to be enacted by the states in respect. Okay, so remissions have to be and policies have to be enacted, and they have to grant remissions after thorough examination. That's a major verdict. Then what are the Supreme Court recent guidelines, especially in 2025 with respect to the policy of remission? So here they said suo motu remission was allowed. So what you have seen earlier, they said suo motu cannot be considered. It has to be through formal application in the under the remission policy. But that was a major change, or you can say breakthrough, where they said suo motu petitions also can be filed in case if it is required. So then mandatory remission policy. So in case of the jail authorities, on few grounds, if they consider that yes, this person have a scope for granting remission, then there has to be mandatory remission policy, and every state also have to ensure that remission was guaranteed through like enacting a remission policy. If it is not having any policy, it has to be enacted within 1 to 2 months of the guidelines. That is what the Supreme Court say here. Then conditions of remissions. So those people who are having like, if you think that the nature of crime was not that much serious, or if you think that there won't be any threat to the public or public order in case of his release, at the same time if you feel that this person have a scope for rehabilitation, on these grounds we can grant remission. Then there is also protection against arbitrary cancellation. That means after granting remission, if you feel or if the court feels that there is a chance that that person may become a threat, then the remission that was guaranteed or that was granted to the person will be cancelled. Then transparency in remission decisions also have to be ensured. The state government, while they're exercising the advice to the governor, or the union government when they're advising to the President of India, there has to be some transparency on what grounds they're considering that has to be granted also. The trick to remember. Here we have mainly 5 types of pardoning powers. So the first one is pardon. Pardon means in the view of the court or in the view of the president or the governor, it will be like you can see the person as clean, or you can say that person has completely got the right to walk free. That means it will be in the view that that person didn't do any crime, or the person never have committed a crime. That means he's completely set free. He will be completely set free. That is the meaning of the term pardon. Then we have respite. Respite means special provisions. So on special grounds, here you have SP, you can see that for special. So special grounds, like you can say in case of pregnancy, or in case of disability, old age. Okay, so these type of things we can grant some special provisions. The same time we have another provision called commutation. So what is commutation? So heavier sentence or heavier form of sentence will be shortened to lighter form of sentence. That means, for example, if you say here, if we have sentenced any person to rigorous life imprisonment, that can be commuted to simple life imprisonment, right? That is one commutation. Then we have remission. So we already have seen without changing the nature. That means same sentence will be there. So nature of the sentence will not be changed, but the duration or the term of the sentence will be changed. So, right? So duration only will be changed. And the last we have reprieve. So what is reprieve? Reprieve means staying the execution of sentence. So stay. That means, for example, if you have filed any pardon petition and before deciding on that only there is some sentence or there is some death penalty that is going to be awarded to that person. In that situation, at least they'll ask for reprieve. That means temporarily staying that particular execution of sentence so that he might get some chance to further ask the authorities to seek pardon. Right. Next, let us see the practice question in this regard. Which of the following statements is not true regarding remission? So it results in reduction of the term of imprisonment. Second, it completely exonerates the convict of the criminal liability. Then it mitigates the severity of punishment. It is exercised as a discretionary power by the head of the state government. Right. Among these, which one is the relevant option? Let me know in the comment section. Today, we have discussed about the policy of remission. So what is this pardoning power? Why it is in news? At the same time, we also have seen Supreme Court guidelines issued in 2025 on remission policy. And at the same time, we also have seen past Supreme Court judgments along with all the pardoning powers and the way how we have to remember for examination point of view. So if you like the video, do let us know in the comment section. Thanks for joining. All the very best.